Matthew, also known as Levi, was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ. He was a tax collector, which was a despised profession at the time. Despite his occupation, Matthew was a devout Jew who was familiar with the Old Testament scriptures. When Jesus called him to be his disciple, Matthew left his job and followed him. Matthew's conversion to Christianity was a dramatic event. He went from being a despised tax collector to being one of the closest followers of Jesus. He was present at many of Jesus's miracles and teachings, and he eventually wrote the first gospel, which is now included in the New Testament. Matthew's gospel is unique in several ways. It is the only gospel that begins with a genealogy of Jesus, tracing his lineage back to King David. It also includes a number of parables that are not found in the other gospels. Additionally, Matthew's gospel emphasizes Jesus's fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. Matthew's gospel is a valuable resource for anyone who wants to learn more about Jesus Christ. It provides a unique perspective on Jesus's life and ministry, and it helps us to understand the significance of Jesus's death and resurrection. Here are some details about Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector. Tax collectors were hated by the Jewish people because they were seen as collaborators with the Roman occupation. Matthew was a devout Jew. He was familiar with the Old Testament scriptures and he was a regular worshipper at the synagogue. Matthew was a follower of Jesus. He left his job as a tax collector and followed Jesus. He was one of the 12 apostles. Matthew wrote the first gospel. The Gospel of Matthew is the first book in the New Testament. It tells the story of Jesus Christ, his life, death, and resurrection. Matthew's gospel is unique. It is the only gospel that begins with a genealogy of Jesus. It also includes a number of parables that are not found in the other gospels. Additionally, Matthew's gospel emphasizes Jesus's fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. Matthew was a significant figure in the early Christian church. He was one of the 12 apostles, and he wrote the first gospel. His writings have been influential in shaping Christian beliefs and practices for centuries. Here are some of the ways that Matthew's writings have been influential. Matthew's gospel has been used to teach people about Jesus Christ. It tells the story of Jesus's life, death, and resurrection, and it emphasizes Jesus's teachings on love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. Matthew's gospel has been used to defend the Christian faith. It has been used to refute arguments against Christianity, and it has been used to explain the meaning of Christian beliefs. Matthew's gospel has been used to inspire people to live a Christian life. It has been used to encourage people to love their enemies, to forgive those who have wronged them, and to live a life of compassion and service. Matthew's writings have had a profound impact on the Christian faith. They have helped to shape Christian beliefs, practices, and values. Matthew was a significant figure in the early Christian church, and his writings continue to be influential today.